So, I'm a little bit nervous.
Yes, me too, Mauricio.
Okay.
Let's see what we are going to do here.
Maybe they are too relaxed.
Yes.
So we have to make more attunement.
Yes.
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 Stimulating.
Yes. Well,
they are tired.
Yes, this is true.
No, we cannot say this.
You can say everything, but each one after another because they have to interpret. Just slowly one after another.
So the first mistake is this. We did.
Yes, we just started with a mistake. Good.
You see, sometimes couples have fight because they interrupt each other.
Exactly. They don't give time, no, for the existence of one and the other. Is that correct for you?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Formally starting. It's nice that we have this team as our last meeting in the Congress, no? And unions and separations is something that follows us since the beginning of our life, right? So we are going to do just a warm-up about this dialogue between me and Maurizio and all of you, no? And I hope in the end we have time to dialogue also with all of you, no? So that we can have an exchange about being together and being separate, because that is what's going to happen after that, right? Okay, yes?
No, I hope we will not separate after this dialogue. But it's funny because we met 1 month ago in Brazil and we decided to say something. Then we met 4 days ago and we changed. Then we met yesterday and it was totally different. Then this morning we said, okay, this is the thing. And 10 minutes before, and now you changed. This is the problem, because you see, so yes, life and therapy are unpredictable.
Unpredictable, and then we are going to see, what in life you want to do. A metro driver or a surfer. See, there is a big difference between both of them, no? So we can stick to the test and just be a metro driver, like you keep your marriage life right on the line, or maybe sometimes you can make surfer in your marriage.
Yeah, but don't talk about my marriage, please. So go on.
Okay, I go on now. Try to be more serious. It is difficult with Italian people, but
yeah.
we try. So you started with Martin Buber. You want something more serious than that?
Yeah, look at the face.
Okay, let's go. So this is a very strange phrase, Usually couples get together for the same reason that they separate. I hope we will understand this phrase before the end of our meeting.
Yes. We put the question, but we don't know why.
What they mean by same reason, of separation and being together. But, as I was saying before, union and separation start on the beginning of life, even in the uterus, right? The baby in the uterus is separated inside the mother, And then, in birth, it goes out of the mother, so there is the physical separation with a real cut of physical part and umbilical part, and it starts a new kind of symbolic union, where physicality is present, but there is a physical separation already. And union and separation done since the beginning, creates good feelings and bad feelings, tragedy and pleasure, right? Do you agree with this?
Yes, partially I agree.
I don't know. What is this?
You see, Brazilian laptop is okay. Let's go on. Totally unpredictable too, eh? This
was a surprise.
So this is the spirit of our connection. Eh? No, I agree partially because no, partially, totally, but I prefer to use the word instead of union, connection, because I see, for example, take two different theories. Margaret Mahler theory and Daniel Stern and Boston Group theory. Margaret Mahler talked a lot about the gradual separation, maybe because she was very deeply involved in North American culture, and I suppose, North American people are very focused on independence.
Yes.
So maybe she emphasized a lot this kind of taking our autonomy, our independence. And on the other side, Stern, Tronick, and other researchers with them, they focused on the connection. When the baby is born, starts a long and complicated process of connections. Only one thing, I remember one mother with a 3-month baby came to me with many problems. But once she said, when he was born, it was totally unknown for me. Now we have to know each other, to become confident. So it's a matter of to acquisire, how is it? To get confidence, to get knowledge.
This reminds me of something I think is interesting too. It's like when the baby is in the uterus, it's just a dream for the mother. So when it comes out and becomes the reality, so the relationship starts to be real, you know. And even in the beginning, if it is more in the simple way, it becomes complex bit by bit. So the relationship must. So the mother maybe expects a baby in one way, and the baby comes is totally different. So how the mother will relate with this difference is already creating. It might create a lot of anguish since the start, right, Lisbeth? As we know a lot about that. Okay, can we go on?
Yes.
Okay. So we bring this question on. How did I fall in love or connect with him, or with her, if we are so different?
So, can I say something?
A little bit.
Thank you. No, I think that this is very important and connected with what it reminds me of Gregory Bateson, when he's talking about that every system needs to get more and more information to become more complex. So every system goes toward a new, bigger and wider complexity. And to get more complexity, we need to have more information. And information is a matter of difference. Bateson says that the information is the consciousness of the difference. So difference is very important to get new learning. And I think that therapy and life, above all, is a matter of new learning.
Yes, yes. But this also is very nice what he said. No?
Thank you.
But it's true. But it brings a lot of anxiety. It can bring a lot of anxiety and anguish, you know, because when you are dealing with difference all the time, there is a moment you must say, go away, let me go back to myself. I want to be close to me and similar to my thoughts, to my things, to my feelings. So, sometimes...
This is the reason because I don't answer so rapid to your email. And you complain every time.
Sometimes I complain, yes. Sometimes I thank God you don't
now
answer,
you can, now you can understand.
Okay, so let yourselves also feel about that to see where are you going to get with this? So, as I believe you all know, when we are alone, not me, we can imagine that we are the best. It means when we are with myself, I am the only one. And the only one with muscular O. But when we get together with intimacy, the best and the worst comes out. What means that the best and the worst? It means that he's the best, I am the worst, or I am the worst, he's the best. And this kind of relationship. And?
No.
Yes, go ahead.
No, you are very optimistic for me. Because when I am alone, I am always the worst. No, this is the difference. So I need to stay with someone.
Yes. Then you look for me.
You happened. You came. So we integrate sometimes.
Okay. Sometimes, no?
Yes, not every
Sometimes
time.
with competition, jealousy, politics,
yes.
desire. So,
Yes, but I am impressed. You didn't put any good feeling.
No.
Look, I never told you this, eh? Now I can tell because I am safe with people. So
Good. So, it's very hard to see this in yourself, huh?
I
But
had
it's
many years of
easy to see
therapy.
that in me
Yes,
and blame me after, no?
it's so evident in you.
You see, Francois, I told you it won't be easy to be here, you see?
So it's dangerous, eh?
So, something serious,
yes,
go
something
ahead
serious,
now.
yes. Now,
Breathe.
so now we talk something about here we can show how we work together when we are in a good mood together. We work in Japan since many years, and in Japan we have a special problem called ikikomori. Ikikomori is maybe many people know, we have many adolescents who withdraw in their rooms, and sometimes they die in their rooms. So we have more or less 25% of dying adolescents in their rooms. So it's terrible. It's very high percentage. And
This in Japan, it started a long time ago, but if there are researchers already, not only in Japan, but in the Occident, where we can also have the same kind of sickness, this kind of, we call withdrawal sickness. It means you go away from society, you go away from politics, you go inside yourself and lock yourself in, like maybe with a computer, just to keep some connection, but it's a problem in many countries in Europe and South America, etc. So go ahead.
yes, it started in Japan, then it went in Korea, and then Canada, and then it's going to the other country you said. And we don't have not much literature about it. We have some books, but all the books are about, how to say, psychosocial level. The question is why adolescents withdraw so terribly in their rooms. And the answer, the common answer is something like this. Okay, our civilization is a very performing civilization. We have so many requests, so many demanding, and adolescents cannot afford, cannot deal with this. No? And this is how to say, a macro response, macro answer. But we try to go inside in another level, body level and primary relationship level. Our hypothesis is, and now I will show something to you that we did in Japan. Our hypothesis is maybe since the first times of the life of the relationship between mother and baby, we have some signals, some base, some ground that can help us to explain the phenomenon.
I think it's good to remember also, most of you as therapists in the clinic, you know, we have moments with clients, when the clients go too much inside, you know, how long time it takes to create a connection with that deep part so that we can like send a rope and come out together from that place, you know. So it happens, I think, a lot in body psychotherapy, mainly in body psychotherapy than in other therapies, because it just allows, you know, with the body for the people to go really deep inside, and then to get out, it takes time. You know?
Yeah. And more, we work in Japan and we realize that also Japanese people is a little bit more withdrawn than us, than Western population in a level. So we try to look inside of the relationship, the early relationship, to find something, to look for something. And we thought this, the word, they say that the word is not available. It's difficult for them, for the adolescent, to approach the word. So the question is there anything similar in the early relationships between baby and mother? This is the question, and we are creating a research with other colleagues from university in Japan, and we are trying to observe this. So, and this is a video, I explain with only one moment. This is a 2 minutes video, okay, between a mother, a baby, and then our researcher, the best researcher we have in Japan, who enter in the relationship, and we can see some changements. We don't have time to go and to come back on the same tape, so I want to say something now, and we can see during the video. We see, and this is very common for a Japanese mother, you see the baby is almost lie down in a horizontal position, and the mother is always, in the first part of the video, in the vertical position. And when they are like